All right, let's get into the Weekly Watch Report where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday. 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 I gotta be honest, I don't think I was in a big TV watching mood this week. I do have a couple of things, but not really too much to add. I will say we did watch Off Campus, but we will not be able to talk about it until Monday because it's not out yet.
Yeah.
So that took up a good chunk. So won't be able to talk about that until next Monday. Kevin Hart roast was on Sunday night live. I always love a good roast.
Yeah.
Always love a good roast. To me, there were some standouts and there were some big fat flunkers. Just in general.
Yeah,
What do you guys feel?
No, I agree. There was some I thought very funny moments. And however, for me, just like I need it to be shorter.
It was long.
It's just they go a little too long.
And I also think roasting a comedian sometimes doesn't have that hard of a punch as roasting like a Tom Brady or Justin Bieber. Like
I was kind of turned off anytime Kevin Hart started to like get into like Kevin Hart mode where I'm like we need to maybe making fun of you. This isn't like your like little stand-up bit.
Right. There's
time.
also
I do love Kevin
but
Hart.
where he like came out and he's like, all right, like it's like I want to hear jokes about you. I don't want to hear you like kind of hype yourself up.
It's way different when it's towards a comedian versus just a celebrity.
Yeah, definitely. I also think there's no like Kevin gets it. So there's no oh my God, did that joke go a little too far and now is that person actually pissed?
Right.
Kind of thing.
Like with Tom, it was
Tom just like I don't think expected or knew what he was getting into.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Kevin
we're taking
totally
shots at his
does.
family.
Yeah, yeah. But I still I
his
thought
wife
there was
took it.
Yeah, but I do think though, and people do go there even when it's not a comedian, of course. But it did feel like people were really going there with Kevin, and there were some very, very funny moments. But yeah, then there are some there's always certain people that get thrown into a roast that you're just like, I don't really understand why this person's here.
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Draymond Green. I didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
No.
And it's also where it's like, you're openly saying someone wrote these jokes for me, and you're just kind of so it just loses its spark. It's like, okay, well, why am I just watching Draymond Green read jokes that someone else wrote for him? And of course, most people are having jokes written for them or help, but like,
I actually thought that happened a lot last night, way more than usual with this roast, that like even Shane Gillis just kept talking about like skipping jokes on the teleprompter or like, and I'm like,
He posted a picture afterwards where he's like, my writers, and it was like 15 people.
Yeah, I'm just like, why? Like
that's the case for
it is, but like there was so much addressing of like
maybe some of the magic.
Yeah, but maybe because some of the jokes were risky that people wanted to be like, wait, no, like this was approved or whatever. I felt like Chelsea Handler crushed it. So funny. Nikki Glaser was asked why, if she was doing this one, and she was like, no, I want, and she did have a funny joke back being like, how many jokes can you make about how short Kevin Hart, and whatever.
Yeah,
but there were a lot of jokes about Chelsea Handler and Nikki Glaser combined, which were, funny. But Chelsea Handler, I thought, was so good. I thought Pete Davidson was great. I thought Sheryl Underwood was great. Like, there were some real bangers, I thought, mixed in there. And then there were just a couple that fell flat, I think. But that happens at a roast. Like, there's always going to be the ones that are gonna hit harder, but there were some really funny ones.
There were some moments that like Tiana Taylor, like that whole part was kind of like lost me a little bit. It went on for a long time.
Yeah, she's just literally one of the hottest people ever, which is hard.
That's like what Shane Gillis said afterwards. She's
it's hard to not acknowledge how hot she is.
Yeah, and I go back and forth on Shane Gillis a lot because there's some things that I really like of his and think are funny, and like I enjoy watching tires and things like that, but some of it like sometimes when you do the oh shit, you guys aren't gonna like these if you're not laughing
No,
now.
he does
like,
that every.
like,
he does
it-
an SNL where he's like,
he does.
Come on,
He
like,
does.
I hate it.
And I think like when you do that too much, it gets kind
like
of
a
annoying.
cop-out.
Yeah, he's like, oh fuck you guys, it was funny.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my god,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah,
It's like
right.
too
Like
much
it's like,
breaking the fourth
that was
wall.
Yes.
that was the funniest one I had. Like it's like when you do that too much, you lose me.
Yeah, 'cause
Right, it's
People are
like-
making like crazy, risky jokes, and the crowd was laughing. Like, it's not. I don't think it's all because they were like edgy.
Yeah.
that
Sometimes
people are laughing.
like it's his delivery where it's like you're trying to be like too self-aware, like
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
self-aware, but you know what? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
The constant addressing of like, oh fuck you, that was funny. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
enough.
that's where it kind of loses me a little bit. How many people do you think immediately Googled about Sheryl Underwood's husband? Because I certainly did. When Shane made that
Yes.
first joke, I was like, oh my god, is her husband really dead?
Yeah, me being one of them.
Like I
yeah.
couldn't have Googled that faster. It was like the first thing to come up too. And when I was like, oh, that's real, I went, oh my god.
Sheryl Underwood getting a standing ovation, absolutely well deserved.
Yeah,
Because
very
she got
well
up there
deserved.
and fucking
And she probably got ripped apart
the
most
yeah.
of like the
But-
people on stage.
just crushed it.
Yeah.
And it felt like a lot of those things were off the cuff too. Just
Yeah.
in response to what other people had been saying about her.
Yeah.
And it was just so good. Standing ovation, just
yeah.
well deserved.
Lizzo also, I think, really did a great job and was funny and was also able to laugh at herself. I want to see, like, if you're up there, you got to know you're getting ripped apart. And I want to see you laugh about the jokes about yourself. You know, like when people don't laugh at the jokes about themselves, but then they go up there and then they rip everybody apart too. That's where I'm like, you got to be like when they cut to the person and they're like standing there like this. I'm like, you got to be able to be able to laugh.
Great PR for Lizzo.
It was.
Because she was funny and also laughed at every joke about
Yeah.
her. And there was a lot of
Yeah.
Lizzo jokes.
There were a few people and moments where you could tell that it was like, no, they actually hate each other.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I
where
got
that, like Chelsea Handler going at Tony, a lot of people were going at Tony Hinchcliffe, and
Yeah.
then he was going, and like you could tell, like some people just actually don't like
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
I got the vibe that Chelsea Handler really does fucking hate Tony Hinchcliffe and Shane Gillis.
I'd
Yeah.
imagine so.
Yeah.
Like,
And
Shane Gillis sitting next to her, like after that, like he looked so uncomfortable.
yeah.
But she crushed it. She was so funny. Starting off, she started off saying like I was like looking at Kevin Hart, wondering why 50 Cent's dick is walking around by himself. Like I genuinely, it was so funny. I mean, her whole set was hilarious,
Yeah.
but starting off with that made me laugh so hard. And she's also, I feel like, such a good sport when it comes to people making jokes about her. Because there's always the same repetitive ones about how she's not a mother and a lot of abortions and all of that. So I feel like she's just really good at taking it, but also giving it. Obviously, she's been in this industry forever now, so she knows.
I do find though that like it is funny, and I guess whatever they joke about it themselves and it fits in. But so many, I think like with Chelsea or like even with Nikki, these guys like make the same jokes about them. It's like, this fucking whore.
Right,
Like,
and
it's
that's why they're
okay.
like, that's why she gets up there and she's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's tiresome. I'm
Yeah.
your resident whore. Like,
Yeah.
it's always the same.
Yeah. They do the same shit when it's Nikki.
Right, it's the same thing that they go after.
Yeah.
Big J. Okerson had a joke about Nikki Glaser not being there because it was Chelsea Handler's week with the substance.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
Did you see people were like, I guess Kevin Hart, he was the only one that Kevin Hart didn't like acknowledge at the end, and people are saying that they actually like aren't like don't have a good relationship right now because they used to be like really good friends, which I didn't know. But he like didn't even acknowledge him like at the end when he was like, "Thank you,
I don't know the
everyone."
background of that at all.
Yeah. By the time I got to the end, I was pretty exhausted. There's no way The Rock wasn't coming out.
Oh, we all knew
which
The
we
Rock
all-
was
we all
coming
knew
out.
I thought he
that
was good
happening.
though. Like
I-
he was getting a lot of hate. I think.
I saw The Rock getting a lot of hate. I
thought he was
I
good.
thought I enjoyed. I was like, hey, this may not be fantastic, but I'm laughing, and it looks like he's having
Also,
fun.
he's just like a great performer. Like we know
Yeah,
this,
he's The
but,
Rock.
like,
He's The Rock.
His delivery was incredible
That
like,
was
on
good.
every line.
So much. I mean, here, and it's the same shit with Tom Brady. It's like I do not understand how a man like Tom Brady can make me cringe so hard every time he opens his mouth, even when the joke, like
He was
the
better
jokes,
this time, I feel like. But
no,
yeah.
but like if someone else were telling his jokes, I would have been like the jokes were funny. There were some funny lines in there. It's just
Yeah.
his delivery is just
The whole did you think
not
Kevin Hart
there.
actually didn't know Cat Williams was coming?
I
That
don't
was
know.
the only possible one that I
maybe
was
he
like,
had
maybe he
a
didn't know.
feeling, but
I just find that those shows are like completely
I think they are for the most part, but
scripted 100%.
it would be tough to pay Cat Williams whatever they paid him and not tell
Right.
Kevin
Yeah,
Hart.
yeah.
I thought Pete Davidson did a great job.
Yeah.
I thought he was so
yeah.
funny. He went after Tony as well. Sometimes I'm like really wondering if there's some real hate in there
I
or
think
not.
there is because that whole like Joe Rogan crew like
Right.
is separate from like
100%.
these A-listers.
I think people like can really like, especially for a roast, they make all these more superficial, like top of the surface jokes that are easy to make, and then sometimes they throw in some that maybe go a little bit more like political or belief based, and you're like, oh, that's coming from a place of like, fuck you.
Yeah, like this is personal.
Yeah,
This is personal.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was like, I feel like so fun about Chelsea Handlers.
Yeah,
was that
totally.
it was like, these are funny, but they're personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Tony went equally personal back at Chelsea though. Like you
Yeah.
could tell those two. Like I thought he was good though. Like as much like there's a lot of hateable things about him, but he is
Yeah.
really good at roasting.
It's his job, right? Like
Yeah.
that's like what he's
Kill Tony. Yeah.
known for and all that. But my God, some of it I'm like, oh.
when Pete was like, kill Tony. No, seriously, someone kill Tony.
Yeah.
Pete really got me.
Wait,
Yeah,
the-
he
know,
was
it's
very
nice to
fun-
see him.
Pete was very funny.
everyone's talking about Seth Green that moment where they told. Did you see like Dave tweeted
Yeah.
about it? Where like they made him move out of the way to show John Stamos.
Yeah.
And there was like that's so disrespectful.
By the way, John Stamos, high as all hell. Those eyes were as glassy as possible. When Sheryl Underwood called out making out with John Stamos and he started licking his lips.
That was amazing.
I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I wanted John Stamos to get up there right there and start kissing.
Yeah.
Like that would have been,
So good.
that was just so good.
The Rock trying to get Kevin to sit on his lap. Also really made me laugh. I don't know what it was.
Hearing
He
The
just-
Rock say cock,
Yeah.
like, I was like,
I know. But it was fun to see him
Yeah.
do that. He was like, I'm a little drunk, whatever. It's
Yeah.
like he's having fun. He's such a PG guy, like family man all the time, all
Yeah.
these things, that him just like putting on his sexy voice to talk to Kevin Hart's wife was really making me laugh. Like it was. I thought it was, I really
I
thought
didn't
it
even
was
know
good.
that story, the whole Kevin Hart cheating thing. I feel like I completely missed
oh yeah,
that.
Vegas.
Oh yeah, Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
wild. Like, if I was his wife, I'd be like, so you're going to just do a roast now where I get, like, all the jokes are kind of, like, at my expense.
Unfortunately, that is par for the course
She
when
seemed
you're
like
like,
a-
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
She was laughing.
For
Yeah.
that check. The amount of money he probably got for this.
And also,
Yeah.
just like at that point, it was 2017, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure
That
you've
was a good
moved
line
on at this point.
for
If
Brady.
they-
Yeah, no, it was. I says Brady had
His
some
writers.
singers, but it's just like it's just the delivery that you're like, oh. But
Which
No,
one did you
no.
enjoy more, this roast or Brady, like, as a whole?
Tom Brady's, I think, as a whole, I enjoyed more.
yeah, I think so too.
Just because, like, there's just so much to make fun of with Tom Brady
Yeah.
that I
It
like.
also is something about the comedian
And it's
thing.
also that it, like, the factor
Yeah.
of like, right, like he's not a comedian and they were hitting.
I also think
Yeah.
the couch, the people who are on the couch is, like, the best part about it. Like, I don't even care about people roasting Kevin. Like, the people roasting each other is, like, what I like the
it
most
did
anyway.
feel like last night that some of the jokes became just a bit repetitive, though. Like,
yeah.
Right. And that is very true because and Kevin Hart is very self-aware, I think, and jokes about himself all the time, and also I think knows what jokes are coming at him. And we do too. And yeah, there are great short jokes that are made for him where you really laugh, but it's like it's gonna be the whole night. Or like Sell Out, his movies suck, the whole thing. It's like we've heard the Kevin Hart roast jokes because it's what everyone jokes about with Kevin Hart. There's no like bomb drop revelation or someone bringing up some rumor that like we all don't know already because it's so talked about with him. And Kevin is so self-aware, which is fun to watch too, because even at the end when he was doing his set, he was like, I like to thank Walmart. Like, it's like, he's giving the shout out to his
Well,
sponsors.
which he definitely actually got paid for.
The whole thing
Yeah.
and whatever.
All
yeah,
those
that's
things.
why it's in good fun,
Yeah, it is.
because
It is.
it's very self-aware with Kevin Hart.
Who do
Totally.
you want to see, like, the next roast be?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Because it has to be someone who's not, like, in their prime, kind of, like, past their prime, who would be willing to do this.
Yeah.
Like, preferably not a comedian.
right.
That Dave Chappelle shot, by the way, that was wild.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it was about, like his wife. Like, remember, like
was it Naeem who made that joke?
No, it was Jay, I think.
Oh! There was multiple Jay.
But he like said like he made no jokes in his Netflix, and he's just like robbing
Oh
Netflix.
yeah,
but
yeah,
then he
yeah.
like just took a shot at his wife, like.
I'm still trying to think of who, because you're right. I would prefer it to not be a comedian.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
I think it was
musicians, or
right, or some sort of like someone, some sort of actor or actress.
The Rock, like honestly, but I feel like that would be very similar to this.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, here's the thing: like Justin Bieber, though, was like in his prime when he did it.
Yeah,
but it was still like he kind of needed to redeem. Like he was in his prime, but also in his bad prime.
Yeah.
Like he was in the news,
right? He was
for really bad things.
Because I was gonna say like. Someone like Timothée Chalamet would be really funny.
That would be really funny.
But it has to be some time.
I don't know what he would gain from that, really.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It would be a random time
also,
for
like,
him to do that.
What, like, can you... I don't even know, like, what do you say to Timothée Chalamet? Like, you're the man? Like, what has he done?
There's something to make fun of for everybody, you know? Like...
Yeah, but you need someone that has
a little bit of a...
John Mayer? That would be a good
John
one.
Mayer would be a really good one. And you
Yeah.
know what? That's the kind of PR John Mayer needs.
I don't even, but like I feel like he probably wouldn't want all that stuff brought back to light, you know? Like he's kind of moved on past like the womanizer
but
stuff.
then like
yeah.
But if things get brought back to light and you could joke about it, then people, they respect you more. They're like, oh, he could laugh about it.
Yeah.
John Mayer is a good one.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah, love a roast. I'll give it a B+. I enjoyed my time. Yeah, I love a roast, and it was funny. Summer House this week, I will give a B+ as well. The Kyle freak out. We talked about this already.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger. Survivor. A+. This episode
I love it.
So good. Little spoiler. I'm sure you've watched by now, but I'm going to say what happened. Ozzy, yet again, goes home with an idol in his pocket after talking about how he had a dream that morning, woke up from the dream that he got sent home with an idol in his pocket, and then still did not play the idol that night after he had a fucking dream about it. And he did this in past season as well. Goes home for a second time with the idol in his pocket. Just unbelievable. How
The
he
odds of that feels...
How he it was poetic. It's literally like a poetic tragedy the way that Ozzy's Survivor career has now ended. The fact that he was able to be convinced and tricked to not use his fucking idol is beyond me. He has no one to blame but himself. And I wanted Ozzy to stay. I was upset to see him go. But if you're going to go like that, like, that's on you. That's just all on you. You didn't fucking use it and you got tricked. And I don't know how you let them trick you once again. So, and also Emily went home. Emily was on and off for me. Sometimes I enjoyed her. Sometimes she annoyed me. I felt like she had loyalty to people, but then she was too many, you know? She didn't have like one person she was sticking to. But this season's so good. A+. Hacks all caught up. This season is funny. Some twists and turns I'm not expecting. Like Amazing Race. There's a lot of twists and turns in this season, which I love this show. It's one of my favorites. I'll give Hacks a B+. And that's everything I watched.
I got to catch up on that. I'll give the roast a B. I enjoyed it, but I just think like I need it to be condensed.
Shorter, yeah.
3 hours on a Sunday night. It's just long.
Mm-hmm. The crowd was so big that I was thinking like they're putting on like a show this time where it's like they got Usher, like people are coming out of like nowhere because
I forgot about Usher. I was like, wow, there's a goddamn musical number to start this thing. That happened so early in the night. Forgot about that too. I'm behind on most things, but like inching my way back. So I watched episodes 2 and 3 of Euphoria. So watch the wedding episodes, the last one I watched.
Oh, The last two, which I watched last
I
night.
know. I know. Last night I saw the posts,
It's crazy.
and I just see the headlines, and I'm just like, I don't know why. It's so transparent. Anyway,
What?
episode
I'm
3.
missing.
Oh, it's just every headline is just like Sydney Sweeney is naked and doing crazy shit on the show.
Oh,
You know,
I didn't
which is,
see.
Yeah. I will say, and consistently though, she really does give her best performances as Cassie, because
There may be some similarities.
the
That's why.
wedding, like the end of the wedding episode with the everything that happens, like it's fucking nuts, and it's over the top and really something else. I will give episodes 2 and 3 I don't know. I did enjoy these 2 episodes more than maybe necessarily the first one, because I found the other characters were in play a little bit more, and I liked seeing Rue and Jules. I'll give it a C+ for 2 and 3. Your Friends and Neighbors.
Oh, I didn't watch this.
I didn't watch this week, but caught up to episode 5. I think 6 was on Friday. One of my faves, so good. Really feel like we're gearing up for a really good second half of the rest of the season. It's an A show to me. I really, really love the show. And I think Amanda Peet is also giving an incredible performance this season. She's really, really, really good. I watched the final send-off for Hunt on Grey's Anatomy. This was the end for them. It was a season finale. You know, they hit us with there's always some sort of disaster. There was a bridge collapse. Owen was on. I was really hoping that it was like, don't kill him, you know? And I guess, spoiler, if you haven't watched, for the 3 people that are still watching along with me, that was a deserved finish for those 2. For Allman, for Hunt, I felt like let them, you know, they're done with the show. That announcement came out a few weeks ago. Let them ride off into the sunset. That's sort of what they did. She takes a new job. They're moving. This is going to be the end. But let them leave together, because it's been tumultuous the last couple seasons between the 2 of them, with like maybe breaking up, getting back together, the whole thing. So it's fine. I'll give the finale like a C. Like, here I am still watching, and yeah, I wanted to see how it ended for those 2. Caught up in Chicago. Fire and Med, I'll give a B. PD's like a C. PD's fallen off a little bit for me. Just not as invested in the characters as I have in the past. Thank God Severide figured it out on Chicago Fire. They were coming for his job, but he was hot on the case, figured it out. And Chicago Med left off on a pretty legit cliffhanger as well. So excited to see how that season ends. I went to go see Devil Wears Prada 2.
How was it?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super cute. I thought that they did a great job with the, you know, callbacks to the first, but not overly cheesy. The 4 of them just have a magic. They really do. And I said, I'm so impressed that after 20 years, they can fall into these characters so well again and just give such great performances, because the characters are so great. And the plot makes sense. I think it was very relatable to this time, and how, you know, once famed print magazines, what they have to do now in the digital era and all these things. Thought BJ Novak was great. The scenery, the fashion, it's all great. And Anne Hathaway, like, even that, I just love. I'm like, oh my God, Andy's back. She gets right back into the into the character. Really, my only complaint is they gave Andy this love interest that, my God, the most irrelevant man to ever be in a movie. Like, there was no point. She could have had no love interest. It would have been totally a good movie without that, because he really had no effect on the movie at all. It was just like every once in a while he popped in, or she was like on a date or whatever. And then towards the end, they tried to make it seem like they were like potentially more serious, but there was just no chemistry. He was really, talk about awarding like a Mr. Irrelevant. It was this guy. And I feel bad for him because he isn't like a super well-known actor or anything. So it just didn't fully mesh. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed it. I think I'd give it a B.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I walked out of the theater smiling.
Good.
And I thought
gotta see it
that
still.
there's a good twist. I think they did a really good job with that, and the story really was well done, which is why they all agreed to come back and do the movie, because they all believed in it. And that's everything I watched. Yep.
Okay, I've been watching Mad Men still. Almost done with season 3 now. It's just hard to balance, like, when you're in the midst of, like, watching a show that has so many episodes and trying to keep up with the new shows that come out.
Oh, the other John Hamm stuff that you're watching.
Exactly. I couldn't watch the new John Hamm because I'm watching the old John Hamm. But just, like, I'll give an A- overall. Like, just a great show. The Boys, I had been, like, not caught up. I'm now caught up on this final season. So I watched the last, like, 3 or 4 episodes, and just a wild show. Like, you forget how gory it is.
Yeah.
If you're not into gory, it's definitely not for you. But
I've tried to watch The Boys so many times, and I think I've watched the pilot episode like 5 times, and every time I'm like, oh.
Another show where it's funny because I've seen the creator, like, in the headlines a lot, being like, Trump is ruining this season, because it is very, like, parallel. Like, they try to, like, comment on a lot of stuff, like, in a funny way with these superheroes, where he's like, he just keeps outdoing the show. Like, he keeps outdoing Homelander. Like, Trump had, like, a gold statue built last week, like, the same week that Homelander in the show had the gold statue. Like, it's just hilarious. But I'll give it a B. Like, I think it's, like, so far, it's still entertaining. Like, it's not as good as the first few seasons, but I'm happy with how it's, like, wrapping up so far. We'll see, like, where it goes. The Roast, I'll give it a B+. We talked about it. And then Euphoria, I watched the last 2 episodes. You know, like, when there's a warning at the beginning, like, what are we about to watch?
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I had already seen a lot of the stuff online before I watched these episodes, but just some wild stuff. Like, I don't really necessarily, like, I'm not even going to go into, like, the Sydney Sweeney, which is what everyone's talking about, because it's, like, it is crazy.
There's
like, people are like,
there's just a shock.
does she just, like, enjoy
value.
doing this, or is she getting paid a shit ton? Like,
Right.
Because it's, like, she's doing so much more than everyone else in the show.
Yeah.
But I don't really love the whole, like, they're making it too, it seems like it's a guy who's, like, trying to comment on, like, OnlyFans culture and, like, all this stuff going on, who just kind of is, like, out of touch with it. Like, I don't know, it's, like, very stereotypical of, like, I don't know, it's weird. And she's, like, going on podcasts this show, like, like Trisha Paytas, like, is interviewing her on the show, like, on her podcast. And I will say, though, these last 2 episodes, I am way more entertained, and the whole group being back together makes it way more interesting to me, because it at least feels somewhat like Euphoria again.
Yeah.
Because there are, like, scenes now where they're all together. So I'll give it a C. It's not as bad as the first few. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's good, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Hey, maybe I'll catch up on that then.
It's like you have to watch it, like,
just to be, like, in the I don't
know.
want to be left out of the
That's
conversation.
why, like, Joe and I have been having that conversation where it's like we watch one and then we go, all right, like I guess we'll watch. And he's like, is there a new Euphoria? He's like, I can't believe we're watching, but I feel like we have to. I was like,
Right.
yeah,
I feel like left
and you
out.
know when it's the last, like you know it's gonna be the last.
I mean, I hope like there
It
are
has
people.
to
No,
be.
there are people who are like they only listed the series finale as season, not series.
No,
No,
no.
this has gotta
They
be
can't
it.
come back to doing it. They can't.
They
They just
can't.
can't.
It's.
Sydney Sweeney can't keep doing this to herself.
I mean, I think she would love to. Like, it
Yeah.
seems like she's really into it. Jacob Elordi's character in this, though, is so funny because the storyline now, it's like everyone else is together, like, in this other world, and Jacob Elordi's, like, by himself. So, like, she'll call, what's his character's name again?
Nate.
She'll call Nate just to, like, check in, kind of. He just owes people money, but he's just, like, in a house alone. So I feel like they just filmed all his scenes, like, Jacob,
Right.
it's just gonna be you, just, like, get on the phone for a second, like,
well, you know what's so crazy too, and it's like why you have to suspend like so much belief with this story, is you're just supposed to believe that Nate is like some construction mogul already, and they're supposed to be 4 years out of high school, and that he's getting these like older friends to invest millions of dollars into his business, and you're just like, no, like it's just not.
He's getting a finger or toe cut off every episode. at this point.
Like he's in bad trouble with all these. He's borrowing money.
Oh
He
my
owes all
God.
these people money.
Shit.
Yeah,
It is kind of funny this last episode because there's a scene where like obviously initially he's like doesn't want Cassie to be doing like any of this like OnlyFans stuff, but now because he owes all this money, he's like, no, get in a hot tub with this guy. Like, come on, like this will be good for you.
It's just like the most obvious storyline that is being told like
It seems
through
like
a male gaze type, so like of like the only that
Yeah.
like
Right.
oh. OnlyFans bad, my wife like, and then just like, oh, but makes money, okay, like
Yeah.
it's really
it does feel like a little bit like it's like ChatGPT, like write a Euphoria season that's like about OnlyFans and like
Yeah.
stuff going on right now.
yeah, and make it like as stereotypical and like with the whole it's crazy. I did it was sad seeing Eric Dane in that wedding episode. I know.
I think it's just been sad seeing him in general.
general,
he hasn't been in the
but-
last 2 episodes. Though,
yeah,
so I don't
yeah.
know.
I think that's
it.
I think that was
I
really
almost
all he
would have
filmed.
preferred that they just like didn't include him because clearly like it's impossible to not. And then Sam Levinson tried to say like, oh, well, we made it the storyline kind of as if he was like an alcoholic because he was slurring his words anyway. Where I'm like, I don't know. Like,
No, I know, I agree, but I also
I mean, if
felt
you want to
like,
do it, then
like give him that chance to be in the last season. It was really the last thing he was able to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But it does. How many episodes are in this season? 10? 8? What do you think?
I would probably
Hopefully
say
8.
10.
I feel like it would be 8.
Normally, I think they do 10.
8.
Oh, thank God!
Yeah.
All right, so we're already past halfway.
Yeah,
There's only
yeah.
3 more
Yeah.
for you to watch.
Yeah.
I got to catch
Oh,
up.
did you see
on-
the finale is going to be the longest episode in HBO history?
of
What?
Euphoria?
Yeah.
How long is it?
It's
2 hours?
An hour and 33 minutes, which I'm like, that's the longest.
That's the
episode.
longest ever, more than any of the Game of Thrones episodes.
I would have, yeah,
I
but
feel
I
like there were
guess,
some
Yeah,
long
there were
Game
some.
of Thrones episodes.
They were like movies
in the mix there.
yeah.
Interesting.
The finale is expected to be a long form movie-like episode.
Oh, well, that'll wrap it up.
Yeah,
then.
I'm sure that'll really tie everything in a nice
I'm
bow.
sure- really beautifully. All right, that wraps up the weekly watch report.